Hello everyone, in this video let us talk about limitations of Jira automation rules, built-in automation rules. Now a lot of people are now of course evaluating automation. They are moving towards cloud because they have to, and we do have built-in automation rules, and those automation rules are awesome in my opinion because I do a lot of things with those automation rules because I have to. And on cloud you have this capability, this option to use those automations. Now, having said that, there are of course some limitations. You have to also understand that you can't really achieve complex automations, or you can't really do or build extreme customization, extreme complex solutions using those built-in automation rules. Because first of all, it is all click-based, all UI-based. Most of it, I mean, of course, you can make REST calls and you can use regular expressions. We have scheduler, webhooks, but still, it is not writing your own code. And this question is actually raised. This particular concern or a question was raised by Andrej Havel. I'm so sorry about the pronunciation, but this question talks about the limitations. Now there are some limitations of course the free plan, the free plan, of course, I'm talking about standard plan, and not even standard plan. I mean, we have free plan, standard plan, and premium and enterprise. And of course, we can take a look at it. If you go to your, let us say, website atlassian.com, just take a look at the pricing and you will find the differences. So we do have this free, standard, premium. Now if you scroll down, you will find automation. So it will tell you what automation is all about, and you can actually compare here what all you can do with the automations. And by the way, there is of course a limit. There is some limit that will be applicable for those plans based on of course what plan you are on. You may have some limit on the number of executions, or basically the number of executions. That is the main thing. I mean, if you're talking about the limit, I mean, and there is a page where you can read more about it. For example, if you click on this particular link, it will tell you, I mean, let us click on this link and let us quickly take a look at it. So basically, by the way, it is free. I mean, automation is free. No, I think I wanted to go back. Okay, let us go back to the automation, and you can read about what all it can do. And I'm sure there is a link which I'm trying to find out. What is the difference between blah blah blah, single project, multi-project? Okay, so the thing is that this I mean, there is a limitation when you talk about automation. I mean, you can't really have too many executions, like I'm talking about thousands on your free plan or standard plan. And you can of course see whether in your case, in your particular example, maybe you know that you will cross that limit. So what this user is saying that for the premium plan, I think he's talking about 50,000. I'm not really sure about this 50,000 limit. I know there is a limit, but I don't really remember the exact number. But there is a limit, by the way. So the thing is, if you want to achieve complex automations, then my recommendation would always be, at least for the time being, would be to use a Scriptner. And yes, we do have Scriptner for Jira on cloud. And in case you want to learn Scriptner for Jira on cloud, I have plenty of videos. In fact, I have like a proper course that you can do and follow. And again, it is not very difficult to learn Scriptner for Jira because it is all using REST API. So if you want to achieve complex automations, then of course, when you have the option to write your own script, then there is no limit in terms of the complexity. Of course, don't try to complicate it by writing a massive, or I mean, you have the power by writing your own script, but of course you have to be careful about what kind of automations you want to do. And in case automation rule is not really an option, built-in automation rules is not really an option because you think you will cross the limit, maybe the execution limit, then in case you also want to achieve a bit more complex requirements, because when you're writing your own script, you have full flexibility, which is of course not there in a click-based solution, in no code solution, which is of course automation rules. The automation rules, I believe, is great for majority of simple use cases where people just want to do something. When something happens, they may want to run a job regularly, or maybe they want to transition the issue automatically or add a comment automatically. I mean, there are so many things that you can do with built-in automation rules. And by the way, I have also on my channel a separate, or you can go to my website, a separate course on automation. And again, everything is free. All my videos are online on YouTube. So if you want to learn automation rules and try to figure out different things that you can do. And this particular course, I mean, if you look at all the videos, I have plenty of things, different examples of doing simple things like how to get the reporter email address, how to retrieve pull request, how to roll up your status, how to do maybe something like a self transition, so many things. And that is what I say. I mean, built-in automation rules are quite good, but again, there is a limit of what you can do with the UI-based, click-based approach. And I believe there is also some limit on how many steps you can have in your automation rule. I think when you go beyond, I think 20 steps, for example, I think it is a bit unmanageable. But you can do the same thing that you're doing using automation rule by writing your script maybe in 10 lines, or maybe not even 10 lines, to be honest. It depends if you're a good programmer. But script now for Jira will let you write code, and you have amazing potential with it, with writing your own script. And again, one thing which I want to remind again, that it is all using REST API. So if you are trying to understand whether this can be done or not, then I do have this separate page on my website, which is nothing but a course. Yeah, yet another course. But REST API is the one thing that you cannot really ignore if you're moving towards cloud. And if you want to learn what all you can do, I mean, of course, you have the reference document, but in this particular course, I have tried to give you variety of examples, like how to get something, how to create an issue, how to update an issue, how to maybe add your work log. And I think, in my opinion, even if you're just using automation rules, if you're a bit more careful and if you plan the complexity, maybe just try to break it down and try to solve your problem one by one, maybe you can live with the automation rules. I know there is a limitation, but maybe you can think about or discuss it with someone, maybe hire a consultant, because doing automation integration using script for Jira, or maybe outside Jira using REST API, is not really a challenge. In my opinion, it is more about whether you know how to do it, or you have someone who can do it and also maintain it, and whether you really need those automations. I mean, this is what I always recommend. Before doing any automation, before customizing or creating your own custom solution, maybe think about using maybe an app, for example, because there might be an app. And there are some other solutions, third-party solutions, that will let you integrate with Jira. Maybe if you want to pull data from Jira and maybe dump it to somewhere else. I think I made recently one video about integrating Jira with a database, because there's a question in the community about how we can dump information from Jira to a database. And of course, it can be done. There are a variety of ways, but REST API is always there for you. So as long as you know how to interact with REST API, you can do a lot of wonderful things. But talking about automations within Jira, if you just want to limit yourself within Jira, then in my opinion, in majority of cases, I think the built-in automation rules are good enough. I know the execution limit is definitely a constraint which you can maybe overcome if you try to get rid of some of those complexities, or maybe using an app like Script for Jira. That will basically give you plenty of options. So that is all I wanted to talk about, share today, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.